Spirit Team, I would like to connect with you in answering some questions that we have received from those who would like the answers to them. Please give me the opportunity to connect and bring about clarity. We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this deepened relationship. We are ready to answer any questions you have. Did the apocalypse of the Bible already occur? No. We would like to share that the vessel has many preconceived thoughts about the Bible, its teachings, and the purpose of it. And so we are going to deeply connect to remove any bias. One moment, please. The scriptures that have been taught in modern day, what we would say your present now moment, has been devised in a skill set of understanding to hold true in some regard, the nature of which is an accepted experience. The truth is at this juncture in time, Scripture holds key codes of divine guidance, many of which in the human form is not accessed due to belief systems rooted in fear. A lot of the aspects of the Bible, although foundationally are designed to help you grow spiritually in its own unique way, has been devised by human form to cause separation. And so, to answer the question, has the apocalypse occurred? What you are seeing is the purging of the old. And to many of you, you will think this is an apocalypse or the end times. Thank you, Spirit Team. Do atheists go to the afterlife? Many of you will come to this understanding through different channels, mediums, and guides. You are always in what is called the afterlife. You never leave it. You experience this existence through the understanding of living a human life. But this is a fractal of your soul or your consciousness. And so the whole totality of your consciousness lives outside what you would call the afterlife. And so the vessel has shared and we have taught that your belief systems create your reflection and perception of this reality. And so you may live out your human existence being an atheist. And we would share that connection is always omnipresent. And so you are connected to Source, to God, all that is, always throughout your human experience. And so when your consciousness transitions back to source, or back to your soul self, you continue. You always continue. You are eternal. We hope this answers your question. Will you always say the truth? Spirit team, will you always share with me the truth? Yes, we will share with you in the ways that you are able to perceive. Many of you will come to the understanding that truth is on a perception basis, and there are foundational truths that you will realize whether in your human experience or not. It truly doesn't matter. There are one foundational truth, that love is everything. It is the moving force that causes creation. It is the living force among all things, in all forms, shapes, and perceptions. You will find that truth is often held within each individual, and your truth is what is held to guide you in your experience. And as this vessel has practiced, when you let go of many identities and attachments, you then have that opportunity to see more of the foundational truth. But yes, our goal is always to guide you with love and assist all in the ways of causing harmony, balance, and integrating more of your soul self into your human experience. That is what humanity is stepping towards. You may hear it in many different forms, like, as an example, your body upgrading, unlocking more DNA, holding in more light. There's many analogies that have the multitude of sayings and experiences, but all of it is the same thing. So we share that. Yes, we will always do our best to express through the filter that is this vessel, the truth. Is reincarnation real? We would say to reincarnate comes with a set of belief systems that are tied to outdated thinking. The understanding that most hold currently is that reincarnation is as if you, this vessel, we will use this as example, is reincarnating as Aaron into another life. But in a sense, what you are doing is truly incarnating a part of your soul self into a whole new experience. As you, this vessel is sharing, continue to practice meditation, connecting with all parts of your soul self, the different individual aspects that are the personalities, the characteristics, the looks of another lifetime that the soul has lived, you are able to access the memories, experiences, and gifts of another aspect of you as the soul self. And so to incarnate, or to bring a fractal or piece of your soul into the human experience, or in other experiences that are non-human, you are able to continue your soul's evolution, growth, and expansion. And in this way, this is the part of you that continues to live on. Your physical form often is laid to rest here in physicality, but you are always able to access those memories, gifts, personalities, and characteristics at any moment. All is stored in all of existence. We hope this answers your question. To keep it simple, to reincarnate, the aspect of placing a fractal or piece of the soul into the human experience, yes, you are always doing this in many forms. But to reincarnate as your immediate characteristic and personality, those are often misunderstood. Thank you, team. Are our deaths predetermined? No. Some of you have, in a sense, contracted to have a certain theme for your death. But to say that each and every individual has predetermined their death, that is not the case. Some of you have chosen an age range, we'll say between 80 and 85 to use as an example. Some of you have chosen the modality of death in regards to passing from disease, passing with the opportunity through your sleeping state, some of which through a accident. And so in that sense, it can be perceived in certain ways. But for the majority, your death is not predetermined. There isn't a coming into a incarnation and going at this date, time, and way, this is how you will pass, because free will still exists. But there are generally themes and modalities which the soul would like to experience for that way of transitioning back to its full self. Thank you, team. If you have a gluten allergy or gluten sensitive, would eating wheat products lower your vibration? We share that your body knows how to take care of itself. When you are tuning in and being present for your body will share with you what energizes it and what does not. And so to say lower your vibration, we would say no. Will it allow your body to be in an optimal state, to allow for your focus to be on joy and love? We would say that this would cause your body to place its energy on healing instead of its energy on maintaining. We will share in greater detail in future connections, but your body desires to work as efficiently for you as possible. And so when you are placing foods in your body that cause it to place energy faculties towards repairing and healing and processing toxins in its body, it then can cause you to feel tired or drained. So we say utilize your discernment, as there may be times, we will use as an example, where you may feel you are in a restaurant and you are enjoying a meal that does cause your body to place energy towards healing. But you are having a grand time. You are laughing. You are filled with joy and purpose and contentment and bliss with the ones you were spending that time with. In this way, you have actually raised your vibration to such an extent where you may not feel the effects of your body's need to repair and bring back into alignment. And so in this way, if you practice your discernment and are bringing joy to yourself and enjoying the moment with others, this, in a sense, to use for lack of better words, negates that effect. Now we would say to be in communion with your body. And so if this is a regular occurrence and is creating buildup for your body, then allow yourself the opportunity to detoxify and live in balance. The answer to this is to communicate with your body and be aware what it needs. We hope this answers your question. Thank you, team. Is the government silencing scientists that discover cure for diseases? We can only speak upon what has happened in your current moments. At this time, you will find scientists, engineers, channelers, mediums, individuals that are simply in tune, bringing about great change for human health, consciousness, awareness for environmental impact, not only in areas that are tourist attractions, but across the globe. You will see great changes here over the next coming 10 years, especially over the next 3. Advancements in connection will propel humanity to unleash their gifts in such a way that works together about bringing great change for all. This is including the ecosystems, the mineral environments, and bringing about spiritual awareness, meeting connection to self and all. And so to answer this question, at this present moment, there is no silencing. There may be, in a sense, sharing social media cover-ups or combating the true information with information that, in a sense, muddies this. But this is the time of which you are creating discernment within self. What rings as a knowing for you, and what is causing doubt or living in fear. those are the cases, then you can understand and have the knowing that that information doesn't serve you. But great change is right about the corner. And all of you are capable of creating the discernment you need to live a fruitful, connected life. Thank you, team. Does each person have a spirit team to guide them throughout their lives? Many of you that have listened to these understand that the vessel utilizes the spirit team to connect. And we would share that each of you, even when you feel like you don't have anyone or an individual guiding you, you are surrounded constantly by all those that love and care about you. And their only mission is to guide you in this experience. And so allow yourself a few moments to connect. This vessel simply asks Spirit Team, what is it you have to share with me? And this is his way of connecting. But there is an infinite way to connect to your team. And as you continue to practice this discernment and ask that you desire to have this connection, the ways in which teachers will come to you in abundance will create itself quickly for your experience. And so, if you have any questions or have doubts of that you have someone or an individual that is in the non-physical to support you, we ask that you practice connecting. Thank you, team. Do fairies and angels have wings? Then it says, can you ask the energy if they like angels? Some of you in human form who have the foresight to see angels or fairies, it may be interpreted by the human mind that they have wings. In a sense, what you are seeing is the comprehension of the mind experiencing and interpreting angels and fairies who are flying. They are moving in and about your dimension of reality. And so it is as if they are flying. But really they are simply moving through your space-time. And so your mind, when you have the awareness to see them, even if it is but for a moment that they are fleeting by, it looks as if they have wings. They can, if they desire, show themselves with wings. Part of the experience is when they are moving through this density, they have to create their physicality to an extent to be able to experience this dimension. And so they can, if they desire, create a form that allows them to have wings. And so some of you may have seen this experience. Everything that is connecting to you, that is of service to you, desires to make sure that they are not perceived by the perceiver to have any fear. And so often you will see that they create their form in a way to instill calm reactions to their presence. Some of you have seen the fairies and angels in their natural state, if you will, the state of which they reside in most times. And so this is in a sense why some of the individuals from biblical text have written them in a form that brings about great fear, and that is never their intent. And this is why you will see them in different causal bodies. To answer the second part of this question, yes, we adore all parts of creation and every perception that it is received in. Angels reside in the higher realms. And when we say higher, we simply mean the aspects of identity, the aspects of attachment have been released in such a way that they are closest to source, to all that is. And this is not to place closeness in regards to likeness, or in regards to all that is prefers this closeness or intimacy over anything else. That is not the case. The aspect of all that is, the truth of that nature, is that it cannot have any identity. It is everything. And so as you release these filters, the aspect of all that is, including itself, is not aware of itself. And so as you are raised in the higher dimensions, or the highest dimensions, you blend in to all that is, and no longer has individuality or identity. And so the angels are closest overall to this release of identity. But it is an infinite amount of dimensions, experiences, realities. We hope this answers your question. Thank you, team. Do we only die when we've achieved our purpose on Earth, or can we die unexpectedly through a back door? We would like to answer this question by first understanding that you are eternal beings. And so, to say that you are dying because you achieve a purpose, or that you have died unexpectedly due to free will or another reason, really isn't the question to be asking. Your original and main purpose for being here is to experience an aspect of all that is, and it is this experience that you are living through that has the perceptions, or we often like to use the word illusions, that is opposite of all of existence. You experience in physicality duality. You experience the illusion of separation. You experience the illusion of not being loved. You experience many aspects of creation that you often do not in what you would call the afterlife. And so that is the original purpose of being in this form, is to experience, in a lack of better words, that of which you are not. And so you are able and capable to then from there devise many different themes that you want to experience, overcoming challenges, remembering that you are eternal, and that you are love, you are also able to then bring with you more of your soul self, that aspect of which that is eternal, which many of you are experiencing. You are embodying more of the totality of that of which you are in human form. This is a great change. And so, in a sense, yes, can part of you on a soul level go, I have achieved what I came here to do, and I'm ready to embody another experience? Yes, you can. Can you come into this understanding, living out your life, and die unexpectedly and go, I didn't achieve my purpose, and desire to come back and finish that theme? Yes, you can. There's an infinite ways in which you can experience leaving your physical form for all the reasons that you are. But the main purpose for now, for everyone that is listening, is to be present, to enjoy the moment, to understand that your purpose is ever changing. It is an aspect of creation. It is what allows it to continue to expand, which in turn allows you to continue to expand. And so we say, don't worry so often about death. Death is just an illusion. Just as you come into this earth through the birthing canal, you are birthed again through death. You were brought whole into your soul self. And at that moment of time, the aspects of which part of you fears death will then be released from that fear. Because the moment of death is the moment of full remembrance. And so there is no fear. When you know everything, when all information is available to you, there is no fear. And so we remind you to enjoy the moment, embrace all that you are, and remind yourself that you are loved and you are love. Thank you, team. This is going to be my last question. Are doppelgängers real? Yes, this vessel has experienced this in physical form. There was a time where he worked at a fast food chain, and an individual came in who looked just like the vessel. Many of you will find that this vessel is actually an identical twin. And so this doppelganger was the exact emergence of the two identical twins. And in that moment, there was a very strong deja vu experience. It was uncanny. And so some of you may have more questions on this, feel free to ask. But yes, there is doppelgangers. You, in a nutshell, every aspect of existence is experienced as the here and now. And so you may have timelines that you are able to peek into of your self living out through another timeline, experiencing different choices. And so you may interact with those other timelines from time to time. But your soul self knows each and every aspect of all timelines and all places and spaces. And so you will feel that understanding as the framework or tool known as time will seem to be lifted and no longer present. You may all have different symptoms when experiencing deja vu or the awareness of your doppelganger. but know that everything's okay, and no harm will actually come from peeking into another timeline or experiencing your doppelganger in that moment. Often there's such a kinship because it is another fractal of your soul experiencing another timeline. And so for those brief moments, as this vessel experienced, there is a great kingship, a great appreciation for that experience and interaction to unfold. And it was quite fun for the vessel to take a photo and be able to share that moment and then wish them a good rest of their day. We are grateful for this connection and thrilled for this deepened relationship. Thank you, team.